Yo, good morning, everybody. Welcome to the SBP. We are live. We are going to pick some games today, as we always do every Sunday. We are joined by my guy Didge. He's returning to bless us with his presence today. How you
Thank
feeling,
you
my
for.
brother?
Oh, if we talking football wise, not so well. It's been a rough year, but I'm doing good otherwise.
I know it's been kind of rough year for you.
Man,
Definitely, it's been a
oh,
rough year for you, man. And a lot of news coming out with your team and over the past week or two. We definitely gonna get into that sometime
okay. We can't.
for
We.
sure. But
I can be sad here. That's perfect. So
hey, on the fantasy level, though, how many leagues you play in this year, football wise?
four.
4 leagues.
Yeah.
How much success are you having in those leagues?
Uh, two. I'm in the playoffs.
Okay.
One, I wasn't even sniffing playoffs. There was no chance of me ever going. And then the other one, I missed it by like a game or two. So it's been an up and down year. Injuries have been crazy. That's it. It doesn't help that I had Joe Burrow in 3 of the 4 leagues,
Mm-hmm.
and obviously my season went the way that he went. And the one league where I'm doing pretty well in, I was able to pick up Brock Purdy pretty early, so he's been kind of holding me down.
I feel you. I was telling you off air, man. You talking about this may be the craziest injury season that I've played in like ever. Because I told you I had the one league where my quarterbacks, I had two quarterbacks. One was Joe Burrow, and the other
Mm-hmm.
quarterback was Justin Fields. So imagine trying to navigate through that by picking up, having to pick up, Jake Brown, who actually played pretty well. Having to go out and see that somebody drop Baker Mayfield, and Baker
Oh,
sitting there and having to grab him as a second quarterback. It has been crazy. Um, but it is what it is. It is what it is. I did 8 leagues. I managed to make the playoffs in 4.
that is a
Um,
lot of leagues. How did you
yeah.
manage just to live in those leagues?
So I let these people in the SBP talk me up on an extra league for one.
Okay.
Because I told them, we for years we did 3 leagues in this group. And there was one year we actually did 4.
Ooh.
But 3 leagues in this, 3 paid leagues in this group. And then we do a free league,
Okay.
which is great as well. And I had narrowed it down to 2 in the group. And then a couple of people said, well, don't forget about the free league, home. I said, you're right. We got to do the free league. And then there's a couple of people hitting me back after I had made it clear. That we were only going to do the couple of leagues. They were begging and begging. I said, for you guys this year, I'm not going to promise you that we're going to do it again next year. Then you sprinkle in some old high school buddies, and then
Yep.
man, running short, man, be running short. And then we have the league that I value. I won't say the most, but I do value it as big as anything because it's a big money league.
Oh,
And I get together with some old high school buddies, teammates, and then actually one of my old high school coaches / gym teacher. It's funny, like being on this level now. We're in this like same group, and it's the in-person auction league. So it's the one auction league. I don't know if you've ever done an auction league before.
No.
So I'll say this: auction leagues in person are far more fun than they are just trying to do an auction league online, like just trying to do those ESPN auctions or whatever they have.
Yeah.
Because you're sitting in a room with everybody, and you got to sit there and outbid everybody. So we used to run a 12-team league, and the leagues, depending on how fast you go, the draft takes anywhere from 3.5 to 4 hours. But you're meeting in a usually you got your own little spot. We got a couple of restaurants that have been gracious to accommodate us the last 4 or 5 years, and you get your own room, and you get plenty of food, and you can eat and drink and whatever, do all you want, but you're bidding on players.
Oh wow. Yeah,
Yeah,
that sounds intense.
you got 300. You basically got $300 you can spend.
Okay. I'm
Yeah,
gonna have to
so
do
you
one
get
of
to a
those one
certain
year.
point when you hit a certain max, and then you get to a point where you've hit a certain level and you can only do dollar bids to
Right.
fill out your roster. You're picking 3 quarterbacks. You got to come up with 3 quarterbacks.
Ooh.
Now you only start one, but it's
Yeah, but it's
you know, yeah, 3 quarter. You got to start. You got to pick up 3 quarterbacks, 6 running backs, 6 receivers, then a team defense.
I'm trying to think. You know how bad it was trying to get that third quarterback when trying to deal when Justin Fields and Joe Burrow was down, trying to find that third quarterback who's out there. Trying to do that from the jump, I know had to be just frustrating.
Yeah, it is some good stuff though, man. I love that the SBP Godfather League is near and dear to my heart too, because it's got a lot of cats that's been with us for a minute. And that's what my guy Andre is in there. I guess he's gloating this morning, which he should. He's done some unprecedented stuff in the past year in the SBP fantasy leagues. Is crazy. The dude is a baller. But it's the first time in history that we've done these, that we had a team go undefeated. Undefeated. This dude is 14-0 in the Godfather League. Yeah, and I'm fortunate enough to make the playoffs as a 3rd seed, but he's 14-0 right now. He's having a hell of a year, bro.
14-0 is just so crazy with the rash of injuries that have been this year. That's the thing that I just don't understand how he did it.
Yeah, he's been on fire. Winning baseball leagues in the whole 9. So true asset to the SBP, especially on the fantasy side. I think he's going to co-commission the baseball league with me again.
Nice.
So Matt, I'm gonna give him the reins, to be honest with you. But it's crazy. Hey, Source, my man's is in the house. You got the bowl of goodness this morning. What you eating, man?
You know, I'm on them Frosted Flakes, man. My wife was on my back the other day talking about all you do is eat Frosted Flakes. That's sugar, and then you eat the ripple. That's sugar. Blah blah blah. Hopefully, she's not watching. But she ain't here right now, so
your cell phone go off. You know what time it is.
You just see him put his hand up to the camera and go out. That's what you know.
Fade to black. Fade to black.
Put the bowl down. Put the bowl down.
And let the little kid go. Yeah, man.
Man, let's see what we got. Good morning to all the good people that's out there checking us out, man. A lot of you are here every week. You don't understand how much we appreciate that. Justin said, get that oatmeal. He said, get that oatmeal.
We ain't on the same page. We ain't on the same page. I tried it. I tried it for some months. I don't know, bro. I don't know about that.
Man, I love a good bowl of oatmeal.
Me too, bro. Me too. Give me some maples, some cinnamon raisin. I'm good. Arden, what's up, my brother? Caesar said, who is this joker? That ain't Caesar. That's right. It's not Caesar on here today. It's not. So he was praying. He was praying that you weren't gonna be here today, because he just knew he was gonna get to co-host today.
Yeah. The day that happened to be the end of my SBP run. Although, like I said, I would take 3 weeks off. I mean, I said it in jest, but I did say it. And then Caesar mentioned in the comments after the Eagles lost, he said something about it. So y'all didn't even notice. I haven't been in the SBP at all this week. I haven't said one thing outside of posting the pick'em. That's it. I haven't commented, and y'all have said all kinds of crazy stuff that I wanted to comment on. Oh man, I was like, nope, I'm gonna stay out. But I might have to cut it to 1 week. It's the holiday season, and then it's New Year's. I can't not be in the group for that amount of time. Jazz it with some. Listen, I've done it all. I've done it. I've had hit. Hold on, one moment, please. Here's what happened. The short version. Doctor said, I tried. Numbers went down. But my stomach was jacked. Dog. I was like, man, this joint, I just eat a spoon and my stomach is already hurting. I can't do this. I can't live like this. Like, what is the point? Ain't no point. That's like, they have those medications that say side effects, death, itching, malaria. Like, when the side effects are as bad as the original issue, you might as well wing it. You might as well just don't take medical advice from me either. Do what you want to do, what you like. But I'm just saying, that's how we rolling over here.
Word up. Do what you got to do. But try your best to stay healthy. Let's see. What else we got in here? Who else? So we see Justin. Mark, what's up, cousin?
Mark Miles?
Oh, for sure.
What up, bro?
Man, Justin, right. You won't come on? Justin, if you're free, you can get in, man. You come through, let me know. I'll send you the link. If not, the next week or two, whatever you free was up. But if you want to come through, let me know. We're going to pick some games today, fellas. Like we always do about this time. We got 8 of them that we are going to run through. Some very interesting news is actually trickling through now. And we'll get to those. I'm not going to all right, cool. Let me send Justin this link. Very interesting news has come through. We'll get to some of the news as we go through the prospective games. But give me a sec here. Let's see if we can get let's see if Justin want to come through real quick here. Let's see here. Y'all bear with a brother for a second. Hey, Source. Well, I'm getting them on. You want to let the people know what you was talking about this morning? I saw you was on. You still trying to get your thing rolling over there?
Oh, okay. Well, first of all, let's start here. If you don't have a copy of this,
what nice.
What are you doing? What you like?
Grab my copy. It's in the other room.
I appreciate you, Diz. I appreciate you. Listen, Diz don't even be here all the time, and he got a copy. Y'all be here on a daily basis. And y'all ain't got no copy of the book. Anyway, this is my book. I wrote it. It's actually, I didn't do the Friday, the Black Friday, Small Business Saturday, Cyber Monday deal. But for the next 14 days until the end of the year, it's $10 shipped, free, shipping's free. So $10, boom, get you a copy. It's 31 thoughts, poems, and stories from me. Let me know. Hit the Cash App. Hit the comments. Also, I am in the midst of working on a hip hop game. Working on a game. I have a meeting tomorrow. Not that y'all care about any of this, but I guess I'm killing time. So I have a meeting tomorrow morning with someone who may assist with the creation of this. I was just going to do it on TikTok Live and just have contestants on live, but now it may just be it may be an actual thing. So we'll see what happens tomorrow. But yeah, if you have thoughts or hip hop artists that you think should be mentioned in the questions and answers, feel free to drop them in the comments, or just hairstyles, dances, different things that you might think you think should be mentioned. Feel free to drop them in the comments.
Did you say hairstyles?
You got to say the high top fade. That got to be in the mix. Got to be a question or answer or something.
Well, not the hairstyles. When we go in kid and play out here.
Kid and play.
Salt and pepper. I mean,
we already kid and play. I thought we was
Hey, Justin. I just messaged you, man. Send me your email, man. For some reason, you're not popping up when I was trying to send you the invite. and we'll go from there. And while he's getting that information from me, fellas, let's go ahead and get into a couple of these games, and then I'll get Justin in. And was it Caesar said now Justin coming on? That's wild. Yeah, he's coming on. Yeah, he's coming on.
If I were you, Caesar, I'd say it's racial. It's racial.
It's a race.
Oh,
Let's get things in the mix, man. Let's go ahead and Diz, I sent you the games, but
yep.
we're not gonna go particularly in that order, right?
Okay.
So we're just gonna get in. So let's get into this, guys. Diz, starting with you. We have 2 6 and 7 teams going at it today with playoff implications on the line for them both. Those would be the Bucks and the Packers. What's interesting to note here today is that the Packers have been up and down, and Tampa Bay is sitting here and they hold a tiebreaker in a 3-way tie right now with the Saints and the Falcons right now.
Right.
What do you see in this game today?
It's honestly a week ago, I would have said this is for sure a Packers victory. They seemed like they were hot. They seemed like they had sort of turned the corner.
Mm-hmm.
Then they went into New York and did what happened there on Monday. So I have no idea what kind of Packers team we're going to get. I do think that their defense has sort of stepped up a lot. That's sort of what's been winning them games. They've been doing just enough that the offense can sort of get them there.
Right.
I'm going to say Packers win it just because you got the home crowd. I think you're kind of going to be kind of mad off of last week. And the playoff implications are obviously still there. If we're giving scores, I'm going to say 21-17 Packers. Love can get them 3 touchdowns. And I think Aaron Jones might be back. I know he was trending towards back. I haven't heard anything of him taking a step back or anything. So I think that'll help a lot too. Yeah, I'll say 21-17 Packers.
Yeah, I saw something earlier that said that Aaron Jones was supposed to play today.
Okay.
Yeah, he's supposed to play today. Christian Watson, on the other hand, is doubtful.
I did see that.
Yeah, I think the one thing that I'm watching in this game is a kid nobody's talking about, and I don't understand why they're not talking about it. It's a kid, Jaden Reed, man. Jaden Reed is a baller. You're talking about a kid that scored 4 touchdowns in the past 5 games. I believe he's only one of 2 wide receivers that have multiple rushing touchdowns this year. And the way they use him is great. Of course, the other one is Debo. Okay.
Yeah, fair.
Is Debo Samuel. But the way they use this guy, it makes up for a lot of the injuries they've had at not only the receiving position, but also the running back position, because they move him all around. But I do see that Aaron Jones is supposed to play today. But it's really because of him, the reason that I really like the Packers in this game. And I'm myself going to take them at a 24-19. 24-19.
That's an ugly score.
Yeah. I don't know why. And me saying this will be the day that Baker decides to look like he's an all-pro. But I really feel like Tampa Bay is going to have a bit of a time, mustering up a consistent offense today.
I mean, I can see it. I don't think it's going to be super cold in Green Bay. I know here I'm down in Milwaukee, but it's above freezing, which is almost unheard of this time of year, especially in Wisconsin. So that I guess weather type of benefit is not going to be there as much, but I think it'll be enough.
Think it'll be enough. We think, Source.
Does the name Baker Mayfield ring a bell?
You hard on Baker, man.
Hey, listen. Anybody that's out here winning, going 14 for 29, deserves whatever slights they get. This man is going 14 for 29, not once. Back-to-back games. How do you go 14? First of all, how do you throw the exact same number of passes and complete the exact same number of passes back-to-back weeks? But how could it be 14 for 29? What kind of completion percentage? Who Who is he throwing to? He throwing to the ground. Is he throwing to
They
the
won
ground?
those games, though. They won those games.
Right. That makes it that much worse. That makes it that much worse. Like,
all right,
what? There's no logic. There's no logic.
that's fair.
Since it's illogical, and Green Bay is at the crib, I feel it's illogical for Green Bay to lose. I don't care if it's Brett Favre, Aaron Rodgers, what was your man name? Matt, whatever his name was.
Machkowski, the Magic Man.
Flynn.
Oh, you're Matt Flynn. Oh, Matt Flynn. Okay. I thought you were going. I thought you were going before Brett.
Oh no, I won't. Dom Machkowski. No, I ain't going back that far. But yeah, it's illogical to think that Green Bay would lose in December at the crib, and they just did, right?
No,
I'm sorry, they lost. Period. Actually, under the current coach, so might as well lose back-to-back jumps. If you're gonna lose one, you might as well lose two. Illogical. Don't make no sense. Baker Mayfield, 14 for 29 for a third straight week, and he's still gonna win. I don't know. Maybe Jesus is on the side.
Oh man! All right.
Tampa Bay 26, Green Bay 20.
Indeed, and we got a message from one of the OGs for you. So I don't know if you saw it.
Cuzzo, I need a book, one of those shirts, and a book.
Well, the message for you there. So make sure you saw that.
I got you on the book. Which shirt you want? This one? Now the Frosted Flakes, we got to talk about that, Joe, because I can't just be giving out bowls of Frosted Flakes. Them jokes is hard to come by, and they're not cheap.
Have
y'all been to the grocery store? I know this has nothing to do with football.
Yeah.
Though I don't even like going in the grocery store. I spent $80 on one meal and some beer. One meal and some beer. I'm like,
trust me, I understand.
I might as well eat out. We might as well eat out. It don't even make no difference. But anyway.
So that's gonna be a good game today, I think. Just because both teams really need it. I don't know who's really gonna be watching unless you are a fan of either one of those teams, or you're forced to watch it because it's on the area. But it could be interesting enough. I'll be watching to see what Mike Evans does in this one, just for fantasy purposes alone. But other than that, yeah, I just think it's a game. Like I said, I think that I don't know where the Bucs offense is really going to come from, because they've just been so up and down. If it ain't Baker and Evans, you get the occasional Otten, right? But that's just about it. Your boy Godwin been on the back of a milk carton. You know,
Rashad White been doing pretty decent. Don't knock him.
Who, White?
Yeah, don't. He been doing pretty.
He been all right. I mean, I get it. But yeah, somebody just posted in the comments. We can go ahead and mention this because we don't have this game on the slate. But Tyreek is out today.
The devil is a lie.
Next week too. I mean, if you want to, but I mean,
I gotta go adjust some lineups.
Yeah, he out today. So, we'll keep an eye on what happens with Miami with all that going on.
Hey, Prime, I just want to point out that that's a nice hat, man. I like that hat.
Yeah, appreciate it.
Don't say like I'm supposed to like it or something. I'm saying I like the hat.
It is nice, ain't it? Yes, y'all can see that, Jim, if y'all can.
Well, we see it. We already know what to say. Like,
I know you see it. Yeah. Next up, let's talk about a game, man, that that's got me going in a whole different direction when I first saw it on the schedule. And that'd be the 7-6 Titans hosting. I'm sorry, the 5-8 Titans hosting the 7-6 Texans. And this thing is taking a whole new turn here in the past weeks. The past week. First of all, there's no CJ Stroud. So the original reports during the early part of the week that Davis Mills was going to be the starter. All the way up until yesterday, then they decide, no, wait a minute, I forgot, dog. We got Case Keenum on the bench, dog.
Omaha.
So Case Keenum is reportedly getting the start with Davis Mills backing him up. in this game. And this is a game that, to me, that it's hard to pick just based on everything that's going on. First of all, in this game, you think about there is no Tank Dell. Tank Dell's, they lost him for the season a couple of weeks ago. That definitely hurt because they had been one of the most exciting, the most explosive offenses in the entire league, while he was out there. You add into the fact that you look at their receiving core. Noah Brown is questionable today. They believe he's going to play. He's nicked up. Dalton Schultz is supposed to be returning from injury today. They already said, they've admitted he's not 100%. Wow. There's also a questionable tag with Nico Collins. Do one of you gentlemen want to go out there and suit up at wideout for the Houston Texans today? You good? Y'all good?
Good.
That puts a crazy spin on this one. And then you think about the Titans, on the other hand, who had a thrilling victory last week. A game when we watched Levis struggle a little bit, but then find his stride right at the right time, connecting with Hopkins when they needed to. Continue to hand the ball off to Derrick Henry, who's been not so much in yardage impressive the last couple of weeks, but getting in the end zone. He's been in the end zone at least 2 times in each of the last 3 weeks. Yeah. And I think that is the trend that will have to carry them today. Source, what you think about this?
Man, this game is a mess. It's a mess. It's sad to see. It's sad to see the Texans run into these issues at this point. We've seen DeMeco Ryans as one of the Coach of the Year candidates, and it's not like that couldn't change. We still got 4 weeks, got 4 games left, so things could go real wrong real fast. And I'm not saying they're gonna lose 4 in a row, but they could.
Right.
Being at 7-6, you could end up at 7-10. It don't have to end pretty. That's all I'm saying. It don't have to end pretty. And with CJ going out, that's the key. Like everything else, I feel like obviously the receiver core is very nicked up. But I'm sure Nico will be out that joint. If he hobbling, whatever the case may be, Nico's gonna be out there. And you throw Robert Woods in there, at least you have a veteran presence that can get out there and provide something as opposed to having to throw a young receiver out there. So there's that. Tennessee, I don't want to give Tennessee too much credit, dog. I don't want to give them too much credit because they should have lost on Monday.
Yeah.
Like there's no reason they won it. There's no good reason why they won that game. And you said they're 5-8, right? So they would have been 4-9, headed to double-digit losses in the next week. And yet, I still want to lean towards Tennessee at this point. Levis is a very confident backup to the backup. He's very confident, and he feeling good about himself at this point. Not to mention D-Hop getting busy a little bit, and like you mentioned, with Derrick Henry in the end zone twice, times 3 the last 3 weeks. So that's 6 times in the last 3 weeks. I think they might fall into a dub. I'm going to go ahead and give you my score now. I'm going to go Tennessee 24. Tennessee 24, Houston 20. Dang, that's 20 in back-to-back games. Yeah, 24-20, Tennessee, and an ugly one. Actually, you know what? I take that back. Because I don't know what to expect from Case Keenum. I'm going to go Tennessee by 10, 30-20.
And somebody, when you was a kid and they get somebody like the parent to come in there and check your homework and check your math, make sure you did it right. Somebody check behind, because this is Caesar reporting this, so that's why we need to make them fact checkers. But Caesar just said that Nico ain't playing. So I haven't seen the report yet, but that's what Caesar is reporting.
Well, when Caesar gets his press credentials, I'll believe him. Until then, I'm going to trust myself.
I got you, Justin, man. Appreciate it, bro. We catch you next one.
It does say not expected to play.
It do.
As of this morning.
Did I put my pick'em sheets? I hope I took the Titans. I think I did. On both of them.
I don't know who I took, but I just assume it's not the Titans.
Let's see what we got here. Oh no! Oh no!
Ooh.
Who that, Andre?
Dolphins
Andre?
hat? Ew.
No. And there ain't no disrespect to Miami.
Yes, it is.
Oh, Miami was.
I mean, they one of my Madden squads, bro. I bust people in the head with that. But no.
No, on my end it was. I don't like the Dolphins.
Every
Hey,
now
send it to him.
See, this is how I get in the NFL. It can't go down that way. But now, I will admit, on the college level, I might wear some other gear that's not Florida State gear. I actually own gear that's not Florida State gear, just for a lot of reasons. I got Charles Woodson, Michigan jersey from back in the day. I got a Bo Jackson Auburn joint. I'm gonna give you that. Even believe it or not, in the NBA, where 99.9% of my gear is Knicks gear, I own a couple other pieces that are not like I bought Orlando Magic baseball. This is his hat that I fitted that's off the chain. I had to have it because it just looks sweet, like the old Orlando Magic joint. Started thinking about Penny Hardaway, but that ain't happening in the NFL, my people. It's not happening. It's Cowboys or bust.
And it felt like. Yeah. No, I was gonna say it felt like basketball jerseys. Everybody used to wear the jerseys. Yeah. Nobody used to just have just their team.
Yeah. Let me tell you something. There was a time period that people, a lot of old heads like myself will remember. Yeah, it was cool. I'd be the first to tell you back in the day. That's because Deion was playing. I do own Atlanta Falcons. I had Atlanta Falcons starter too. I ain't even gonna front. I ain't gonna lie to you. And so as you remember this, the cats you knew back in the day, none of them ever Charlotte Hornet fans. They had that Charlotte Hornet.
I had the Hornet starter.
So
never cheered for them a day in my life, and I had that one.
That was the thing. You can find that joint everywhere.
Yeah.
Let's go to the mall. Finish line well. They had that joint.
Raiders and Hornets. Yes, sir.
Yeah. But nah. I can't put no Dolphins gear on, bro. Because I don't dislike that. I have no problem.
I bet you won't like them next week.
Ooh.
No, you darn right. I ain't gonna like them next week. Mm-hmm. That'll be temporary though. It's gonna be temporary, like the ceasefire between the Cowboys and Niners this past week. It's be temporary.
Y'all fake. That's all I'm saying.
So we don't like each other. We back to not liking each other again. That's what it is. I don't like no Niner fans except for JB and Don. That's it. I don't like the rest of them.
We need Michelle to pull up right now and say we're all in the same game.
I got some blood cousins that's just Niner fans. I don't like them either.
Mm.
Yeah, so, that's fair.
Yeah. So it is what it is. But so everybody gave their picks on Texans and Titans, right?
Nah,
I think.
Oh, you up Diz, right?
Yeah, I didn't hear your pick, honestly.
Yeah, I got 24. I got 24-20 for the Titans.
Okay, I was going way uglier. I got 16-13 Titans.
It is ugly.
I still don't trust Levis. I'm gonna be honest. And with Stroud being out, I don't know if I can trust Case Keenum. So I'm going real ugly in this game. A lot of field goals, but I could see the couple touchdowns.
You know what that mean, don't you, Didge? It's that Baker Mayfield logic I just had. Now you don't trust him. You know Case throwing about 3 TDs a day, right?
That's true. We'll see. As long as I think
I don't know who he's throwing to, but he could throw in a short.
Throwing to some tight ends, Singletary might get one,
DeMeco Ryan might get one.
Right. But no, 16-13 Titans. I think just that home advantage get them to one extra field goal.
Indeed. Your boy got a chance to eclipse 1,000 again today though. D-Hop.
So he about 100. He about 100 off, right?
Right in there somewhere. Yep. So he has a chance.
I still don't trust it.
They say Aaron Jones is officially playing too. So
nice.
Yeah, so we can roll with that. Next up, let's go to this right here. I was hoping that Joel would jump in, but maybe he might be still asleep or something else might have popped out. But we'll go right into this game right here.
Wow.
Off top.
Wow. Wow. All right. Wow.
Yeah, we're gonna talk about the Giants and the Saints. In today's matchup, Giants coming at 5-8. The Saints are still in the thick of things. Believe it or not, at 6-7, still have a very good chance right now of making the playoffs. And the last time that I saw this dude, Tommy DeVito, he decided to put on for New York doing his Jeremy Lin thing. And I lead these people to victory the other night. What you think about that, man?
It was such an insane game to watch because every time I was like, well, this is going to end here. This is the Packers are going to sort of put it together and just end this. And they just couldn't. And it was just so insane to watch because I hadn't watched a game of his. I hadn't been all in the Tommy Cutlets, era or whatever yet. So to actually finally sit down and see it, it was crazy. So I'm really interested to watch this game. I want to see if the dream of Tommy Cutlets lives on for another week or not. But I'm going Saints. I'm gonna be honest. I still don't trust them, and I'm gonna go Saints. 31-17. I don't think it's even gonna be close.
Okay. You think the Saints will get busy at home?
I do.
The utter disrespect. You said this. Wait, Chris Olave ain't playing.
So he's official too now, right?
Yeah, he officially inactive.
Michael Thomas obviously ain't playing.
I'm going Kamara and Derek Carr. That is fine.
Man,
fortunate I got Kamara in two of those leagues I'm still alive in because I think he's gonna get a nice workload today.
I was about to say, man, I ain't heard nobody positive on Derek Carr since he's been in that uniform. That's nice. That's very nice of you, Dish. I like that.
Some of it may be just a little hope. I may be down to my fourth quarterback in a fantasy league or two and might need him to step up.
Respect. I respect that. Yeah, man. Tommy DeVito. I don't know if this is dang, I can't even think of it. What's the phrase when you use somebody else's ethnicities and their actions? Either way, this here.
What you talking about?
Oh, the gentrification. Oh, no, not even that. Appropriation.
The appropriation. Is this appropriation? They're doing it. This is his thing. I don't know. Shout out to Olive Garden. I don't know. How? I don't even understand what's happening. How's this man a quarterback in the NFL? And how did last week happen? Miami. Are we gonna talk about Miami?
No.
Are we gonna talk about?
So say what you gotta say.
Okay. Miami. If there was ever we already have said Miami isn't good against a good team. It's bigger than that. Miami isn't good without Reek.
They aren't.
The good thing for them this week is that they knew it was a possibility of him not playing. So hopefully there's a game plan somewhere that allows them to do something without Tyreek Hill on the field. Because when he went off the field, bro, you would have thought they were the bad news bears out there, John. It went downhill real quick. I can't even really credit the Giants. They tried to trick it up. Saquon want to go 50 yards and then fall down and drop the ball. I'm like, how? And they still won? How they still? You know what? I'm going with my Baker Mayfield logic. I'm going with the Giants. Ooh. The Giants are going in here and get a dub. The legend of Tommy DeVito lives. Giants 27. New Orleans 23.
You sure?
Tommy DeVito.
Of course. Let's try it again this week. Name me 3 current Giants wide receivers.
Slayton. What's dude that caught the one that caught the pass down the sideline? Robinson is a good wide receiver last name.
Wanye
from Boys and Men. Yeah, him. And
it's so hard. Say goodbye.
is it Phil McConkey? Did we say Phil McConkey? Yeah, that's it. That's all. Jason Sehorn. He was a wide receiver, but on the other side of the ball. Other side.
With the Hyatt. Hey man, boy, Saquon though. In the midst of all this, everything that's going on with them, Saquon has still been balling hard. Didn't he score twice last week, I believe?
Yes.
Saquon continuing to get the rock, and I think that's the real chance for them is to not put Tommy in these crazy positions because he's playing against a decent defense. You can say what you want about the Saints offensively, who they have, who they don't have this week. That defense gonna punch you in the mouth, and especially when they playing at the crib,
right?
And it's gonna be tough, man. This is gonna be really tough for the Giants coming off the high the other night, having to go down and deal with these people who are just desperate at this point. Having to figure out a way, knowing that Kamara gonna touch the ball 1 billion times a day and still stop it, because you know how Kamara go. You stuff this cat 5 plays in a row, on that 6th play, something big gonna happen, right? Last I saw, I believe Taysom Hill is active too. That's the guy to watch. If he is active today, that is the guy to watch, especially these cats missing these, having these injuries at the wide receiver position, because they're gonna do all type of stuff with them. He's gonna be under center. He's gonna be at tight end. He's gonna be out in the slot.
I think
this is going
active.
to be really, really crazy. But as they say in one of the greatest movies ever created, there was a line. Let's have to change the name a little bit. What's going to happen in this game? Tommy DeVito sleeps with the fishes. Bro, he going down today. That defense going to do something crazy to the Giants. And I think the Saints come out on top with this one. I'm going to take 28-17 to New Orleans, and they stay alive in that South race, man. I really think it's going to go down that way. I think that's how it's going down.
Oh, so you weren't that much off of me. I got an extra field goal in there, you know.
Yeah. Well, I was giving them a 17. They tack on something late, maybe. But I think that defense is going to be a problem for the Giants today. I really do. Plus, my man got his chest stuck out. He didn't got nominated for what your Saints man of the year. Tyrann Mathieu, of all people. You know what I'm saying? Man of the year. So the man got his chest stuck out. Somebody's head getting taken off today.
Respect that man. Respect that man.
Oh, all day.
I wish Joel was here to
be able to speak up. Crazy. This is what crazy though, Diz. We're sitting there talking about this game, and Joel texts.
Oh, nice.
And what did I tell y'all? His exact text was, "Oh man, I overslept. Y'all still on?" I told you. All right, give me a sec. So he getting himself together, so he might jump in here in a minute, though. So
nice.
It's all good. We can move on, and then I'll let him come back and get his slice of the pie on his boys. Once he gets in here. But we're gonna take it to the next joint right here. And next up today is going to be a really good one, actually. Yeah. Let's go with the Ravens and the Jags out here today. Ravens and Jags are going at it. Of course, the Ravens sitting up at 10-3, regarded as by a whole lot of people as the best team in the entire NFL right now. The Jags are sitting at 8-5, in great position to make the playoffs. But if you've been watching what I've been watching, they ain't really looked all that good 2 out of the last 3 weeks. They've got some definite issues on that squad. And I think they need to get themselves together today, because they're playing a Ravens team that has shown me that they can win, beating the brakes off you. They can win a close game. They can even win games when they occasionally actually give up a few points, right? So those are the worst teams to play, especially when you're trying to stake your claim as one of the top teams in the league. Diz, what you think going down in this one, bro?
Oh, this is a tough one. Jacksonville hasn't really fared too well against the AFC North. 2 straight losses against them. And I don't particularly think that the Bengals or the Browns are on the level of the Ravens, obviously. I mean, just in quarterback play alone. So it's interesting. I'm definitely going Ravens here. The score is kind of where I'm tripped up at because I'm gonna go. The Ravens can give up some points and still pull it out as we saw last week. So I'm gonna go, you know what, 28-23 Ravens.
Okay. I like that score actually. I think that is I can see it actually shaking out that way. And that's a Sunday night game, right? Yeah, Sunday night game.
Yeah.
Lamar playing on Sunday night. Jags caught that slug last week too. They losing that game to Cleveland last week. They came in and thought they was really about to do some damage, about to do business, and the people had other ideas in Cleveland.
It was
crazy.
It
was that defense at times really gave them a problem. And the thing is, they're playing against a team that can get after the quarterback. You know what I'm saying? This week, so that's going to be crazy. Source, what are your feelings on this game here, sir?
Yeah, Jacksonville caught that joint the last 2 weeks. Cleveland and Cincinnati. Because Cincinnati was Monday night, joint. Hard times. At least they're at the crib. The fun of this game, I don't find it that fun, but there's a good chance of rain, right? There's a good chance it's going to be raining down there this evening. Gosh. So it might be a little messy out there. But Jacksonville's looked messy the last couple of weeks overall. On the other hand, you look at the Ravens. How many games have they won in a row? 4? I feel like it's 3. Is it 3? 3 in a row. And being on the road doesn't really matter. I don't think that really matters to Lamar one way or the other, to be honest with you. Matter of fact, Prime, we had a conversation last night on during the live TikTok, and the topic came up: who is the best quarterback in Ravens history? And it was a fight between Lamar and Joe Flacco. And I was like, thoughts? Any brief? Got any brief thoughts on that?
That's an interesting. It has to be solely because Flacco got them a ring.
Got the ring.
That was part of the argument. Yes.
There's no other argument. There's everything else. Lamar is clearly better than Flacco. Flacco just got them a ring, and we're not gonna act like Flacco was the reason they got that ring.
He was the MVP though, right? Wasn't he MVP? Was
he? That's shocking. They also MVP feels like it leans quarterback more often than not. But
absolutely. Well, anyway, did you have any thought, Prime?
No, he said what I was gonna say. Yeah.
Okay. So long story short, I'm going Baltimore. I like Baltimore's offense and defense better. I feel like they're a little more consistent than Jacksonville, and they're on a win streak as opposed to a losing streak. Although they are on the road, I'm going with the Ravens. Oh, you know what? I want to be a copycat. You know what I'm saying? Catfish. 28-23. The Baltimore Ravens.
Interesting. Okay. Interesting. Joel, good morning. What's going on, my man?
Sorry I'm late. Had a long morning.
Trust me, it happens.
Yeah.
It happens.
I did not. I can't normally get up this late anymore, but I managed.
It happens, man. Here you go. This Ravens and Jags games right now. So we got Didge and Source both picking the Ravens over the Jags right now. What you think?
Yeah, I probably lean Ravens. As much as actually I do like the Jags, but they're so inconsistent.
Yeah.
It's kind of annoying, and it's like hard to trust. Like every week they do it to me, and I have like Like I got Calvin Ridley on fantasy, and it's like every time I play him, it's like he screws me. And then when I don't, he plays really well. It's just it's very frustrating. So it's like I don't know what to do with that guy. But the Ravens have been pretty damn good, really, really good so far. And I think, it's hard. It's hard to not bet. I think that's one of the easier picks this week. Is Ravens over Jags.
Yeah, they have been. I think Source was talking about it. They've been so inconsistent as well. And the crazy thing about it is, it's too late in the season for them to be having the communication issues that they're having. Right on both sides. I've watching the games, and it looks like that some of the time the receivers are not on the same offense, on the same page with Lawrence. Defensively, the coverages that are getting blown are ridiculous. Like they're having too many problems on both sides of the football this late in the season. So yeah, I'm with y'all. I'm going to ride with the Ravens on this one. And I'm gonna pick a score. I'm gonna say that the Ravens actually beat them by 10. I'm gonna give it 37-27.
37.
Hey, wow, we doing that?
Wow.
I think Lamar come out here and have one of them days, man. Lamar getting it done with the arm just as much as his leg. And I saw a comment in here. Somebody asked, I guess this is for fantasy purposes, who to start, Likely or Goddard. I'm going Likely. Didn't Likely score twice last week? Yeah, he showed us last year, and he's showing us again this year that when Mark Andrews goes out, holler at me, dog. You know what I'm saying? I can do my thing. So, so if you're going fantasy purposes, I don't care if we're talking daily or this is the week before your playoffs, depending on how your league is set up, or if this is the week that your playoffs start. I am definitely going Isaiah Likely. And the way that secondary has been looking in Jacksonville lately, nobody knows where to go, where to line up, who has who. I'm definitely taking it.
It doesn't help that their secondary got some people out too. They got they're not even healthy.
True.
So they're looking at a team that's stumbling towards the playoffs. You know what I'm saying? They're stumbling hard. Joel, we're gonna give you a chance on this because it was crazy when you messaged us, right? We were just talking about your guys.
Oh, beautiful.
And I was telling them on how last time we saw your boy Tommy, he was on his Jeremy Lin for the night. What do you feel about y'all chances today, though?
That's not the best question because like every week I've kind of felt similar. Like it's been a bad year. And I felt like we've been underdogs for the last couple of weeks, but it hasn't really mattered the last 2 weeks, or 3. So it's like they're hard to predict because when I think they're supposed to lose, they don't lose. So it's like they're on a roll. Maybe they can continue that. Saints I think they had a good week last week, right? Because if I remember right, so like, but they've also kind of been weird. Saints they're beatable. So and if the Giants come out and do what they did last week, it's like their defense has been stepping up lately, and that's the thing. The defense doesn't step up, they're gonna get stomped, in my opinion, because the defense when they play their best is when their defense is playing really well. As good as Tommy's been, he's been okay. Like he's been competent. That's the difference. He's been a competent quarterback, and it's like not expected from their third quarterback, and he's actually been pretty good. He's been decent. Everything seems to be working, but it's like if it also seems like a flash in the pan. Like I don't want to get overconfident about shit like that. So like if it works out, cool. But if it don't, like I do expect the Saints to handle business. But at the same time, like if the Giants win, would it surprise me? No. Why? Because they've been every week so far. They've been like, but I don't know. They've been very hard to predict. They're weird. They lose to
What's your score prediction?
My score? I swear last week was an aberration. That shit, they ain't going no 30 this week. Maybe 20 tops. All right, let's say 15.
15.
Jesus.
Yeah.
Jesus.
Yeah, I think they can do 15. Yeah, 15. I'm gonna go 15. 15 is gonna be weird. It's gonna be a lot of field goals.
Y'all gonna score 15?
Giants 15. Giants 15.
What did Saints gonna have?
21. There you go, 15-21.
Whoa,
Jesus.
No,
Man,
yeah.
I'm not being the score for real. Oh, they just scored 15.
I really think they're gonna score 15. Let me see. Yeah. Well, I don't know, 15 might be tough, but but yeah, I'm going with that. 21, like that, or 14,
Gotcha.
21, whichever. But there's gotta be field goals in there, so I think it's gonna be an odd number. It's not gonna be no 15.
I like 15. 15 sound good.
15 sound ugly. I'm
It's
glad I would not
that's
be
how they win
subjected to that
games.
game.
It's ugly, like bro. It's not gonna be pretty. If they win in this game, it's because it's ugly.
All right.
Well, how y'all feel about the Bears and the Browns today? We had Justin Fields attempting to look like the Justin Fields that we've seen when he's been really good. He had 2 total touchdowns last week, 1 passing, 1 receiving, one rushing. But man, he facing a real one today. You know, if there ever was a time that sometimes he uses his legs by choice. Today ain't one of them days. He's using his legs as a necessity. He's gonna have to because them boys are coming. And I would probably predict this will be the day he probably hits the ground today more than he has in any time this entire season. Because the Browns can bring it. And they got something to play for. Like, they got new life since Joe Flacco just came out of nowhere, got off the couch about 3 weeks ago. They rewarded Joe Flacco and gave him some money. You know what I'm saying? And I saw something from one of the websites in Cleveland that you can read what you want to read into it, but Flacco might be there beyond this year. So, yeah. So this
That's
is
interesting.
As a
very interesting.
Right.
Hey, Source, what's your thoughts on this one today?
Joseph L. Flacco, huh?
His middle name really start with an L?
I don't know.
Oh,
Joseph Lewis. He Joe Lewis Jr. Dang. Yeah, Justin gonna be on the move today. Like, he got that run for his life. He probably like that though. He like, yeah, I'm gonna get loose today on the ground, if nothing else. He has the Bears looking a little bit better. I know that man can't wait till next year. Either get me up out of here or get me Marvin Harrison Jr. Some got to give. Either they're gonna pay me or they're gonna let me free, let me about this joint. Either way, I'm winning next year with something. Cleveland, I can't count Cleveland out, even with Joe Flacco, bro. That's crazy. Shout out to Joe Flacco. Forget this game. Cam Newton. What about Cam Newton? I had a whole conversation about this last night during the live. And I was like, I'm not going to tell y'all what I said. But do y'all think that Joe Flacco getting scooped up bothered Cam Newton? Do you think that has anything to do with anything he said about Dak or Brock Purdy?
Yeah,
I 100% think so.
Yeah. He you gotta think about it. He had made comments before all of that even came up, but I think that was just like pouring like a whole gallon of salt on the wound. You know what I'm saying? And he just gonna put it out there because if he really, you can feel how you want to feel. You have your reasons for saying what you want to say. I, without getting too deep into it, will say that what you're saying about Purdy and what you're saying about Dak, I think is actually 2 different things. I think there's 2 different situations there right now. And I know I would infuriate some people when I say I agree with the comment that I saw online as of right now, not to discredit Brock Purdy at all, but I would say that a lot of their success has pretty much been predicated on other factors on that team. I could say the same about Dak early in the season, honestly, because when that defense was out there dropping bombs on people, 40 points, 50 points, whatever, Dak really wasn't doing a whole lot. Let's just keep it real. Whether it's his fault or not, McCarthy's fault, which obviously he should take a lot of the blame of that. But if you go to now, which is ironic, this is right in the same time period that he made these comments. And if you're going back for the past 4 weeks or so, 4 or 5 weeks, Dak is every bit as much responsible for the reason that they won those games as the defense has been. Right? No shade to Purdy, none whatsoever. Purdy, good quarterback, but I think the situations are different. But to answer your question, Source, yes, I think that the Flacco situation has something to do with it.
Interesting.
But I will say this. I love you, Cam. Cam can't throw the ball, man. Anyway, go ahead.
Hey.
He can't throw the ball.
Cleveland 31, Chicago 28. That's all I got.
It's tough to call this one close. Myles Garrett could probably have a field day. I think he set their franchise record last time they played. And granted, that was probably a couple years ago. But I can't see Chicago standing up to that defense. Like, I truly can't. I'm gonna go. I hate to rehash the score. 31-17. I got Cleveland. I just can't see the Bears doing much.
Yeah, is DJ Moore going to get like DJ Moore has had his best games of the year, of course, when Justin was the quarterback, right?
For sure.
So he's going to have one of those beyond life games there to bail your boy out because I can't see my man's Equanimous going for 2 TDs and 170 yards, which they would need every bit of them or Mooney or whatever. But what's interesting about the Browns, and Joel, and we talk about them is we're talking about their defense, right? And then they go out and they lose their quarterback, bring in the old guy. And these people have scored 29 or more points in 4 of the last 5 games. Nobody's talking about the fact that the Cleveland Browns are actually in the midst of everything that's going on. They're not winning them ugly games we should see in the AFC North, those 19-16s. You know what I'm saying? You know, those 16-10s. They're not winning those games. They're legitimately dropping 29, 30, 31 points on people in the process, right? So for me, I'm going to take the Browns 30-20 in this game. I think, man, I'm going to pray for Fields today. Hopefully he's walking off that field when the thing is over. Joel, what you think?
I think 20 is tops for the Bears this week. It just seems like it's consistently where they've been. They don't give up a lot of points anyway, except for that Rams week. And weirdly enough, that's when I had the Rams. I picked up the Browns defense that week. I got screwed. So like the point is, you're right. They've been hot, and so I think you should probably go. I think it's gonna be high, and I think around. Again, I'm not good with the scores and stuff like that, but like yeah, I think it'll be like under 20 probably for the Bears. Even though I do like what I've seen. Last week was a really interesting week for the Bears. I'll say that much. They went crazy, and they've been that was a surprising game. But I'm gonna go Browns. And I'm going to go around 30-31. I think they'll hit it. They'll stay consistent. It's not the Bears that are going to stop them, in my opinion. So I'll go with that.
Indeed. Didge. Hate to do this to you, my man.
We didn't have to do this one.
But we're going to do this anyway.
Let's go.
Your 3-10 Patriots.
You didn't have to lead with that.
It's all love. Take on the 8-5 Kansas City Chiefs, who going to be hot because of not only their troubles as of late, but the way things went down last week for these people, man. What are y'all going to do, man? What are y'all going to do?
If anything we got going for us, Kansas City looks vulnerable. That wide receiver core is clearly their kryptonite. It doesn't do anything for them. Their defense is good at that. That's very unfortunate because we're a bad offense. I'm gonna keep it. I'm gonna hope that we keep it close and rehash that 2017 where we lose. But I'm hoping we can keep it around there. You know, they coming in the Foxborough. Oh no, yeah, they're coming into Foxborough. You know, let's hope some weather does its thing for them. But it's an ugly year, man. I get sad trying to talk about these. It's an ugly year, man. I think it's my hope is 2017. My true prediction, it's probably gonna be like 35-14. Like it's not good. They're gonna be mad. Fran is right. They're going to be mad. Patrick Mahomes has every right that he can throw it all up and down the field against us. Our offense isn't great. So I can't see anything other than a blowout, unfortunately. We've already been blown out many times this year.
Does the news of what's probably going to happen at the end of the year with this guy right here rally the troops any today? Like, do they?
No, I think it does the opposite. I think it gives them like, all right, well, this year's a wash.
Give up.
You feel good with the decision?
I do. I think it's time. I've not as from a coaching standpoint. I think Bill could probably still coach along with the best. Obviously, it's the fact that he was our de facto GM and his player personnel decisions haven't really lived up to the way. The Patriot way, that sort of that mantra that he's been having his entire career. Mm-hmm. It seems like he kind of bought into it a little too much now, to the point where you're starting to make decisions that are detrimental because you feel like, well, you didn't kind of kiss the ring or whatever, however you want to put it. And I think that's sort of where it's time, where it's like at some point you just kind of need it. You just kind of need a new destination. You need a new outlook on life. And I think we've sort of been trying to hold on to the past in the year since Tom Brady left. And I think it's just sort of time to be like, well, we need a clean break. Hopefully a new quarterback. We don't need Mac Jones or Bailey Zappi back.
Mac 10.
No. We could have cut him before the year.
They gave up.
we don't need him back at all. But yeah, I think it's just sort of one of those things where you just want to start fresh and new pretty much in any way that you can.
You got to do, go out there and get your quarterback. Y'all go hire Kellen Moore or something.
Something, yeah. Get a get
bring
something.
Flacco on.
No, we don't need to do that. We don't need to do that. I'm hoping we look inside the draft. It should be a pretty quarterback heavy draft.
It is. It's very heavy.
So
Josh Daniels.
No, we don't need Josh McDaniels back. He can also stay away. You saw his latest performance.
McDaniels.
Indeed. Joel, what do you think about this game today, man?
I think I agree with this. Again, I'm not sure how many points the Chiefs are going to put up. I just know it's going to be more than Patriots.
You just know what's going to happen.
I just feel like this. Yeah, like you said, they're hot from last week. I just feel like they're going to come out on a mission to prove a point, even if the Chiefs receivers are trash for the most part. And the Patriots have been, I get it though. I expected them to feel just as bad, but for some reason my team won't fucking lose on purpose. Whatever. I get it. Look, at least if you do lose, there's a goal, right? You get that quarterback. You get closer to that quarterback.
But they won last week when I thought we were tanking.
I know. Y'all,
I was about to say that, right? Nope. Y'all really trying to tank. Y'all done won a game.
I don't know what was going on there.
I know. Aberration. Again, you can't look, I get it. My last couple of weeks was the same thing. But you get closer to it. That's the only way you can look at it on a negative year. You get close to a better pick, as sad as that is. And then they go and win. You don't feel bad because you like winning. But at the same time, you're like, damn it. It's really weird. It's really, really weird. Not a good place to be.
This game got flexed out of Monday night. That's how bad.
Yeah, that's what's crazy. That is crazy. This is the first ever game to get flexed out of a Monday night back into a Sunday. They knocked it backwards, bro. That's crazy.
Wow. I didn't know that.
Yeah, it was the Monday night game. They knocked it back to right in the middle of the pack. It is Sunday at noon now. It's not even like hey, we're gonna give you the late game. Like it was throw you with the rest.
You just normal ass game.
Yeah, Chiefs coming in. Of course, no Pacheco again. He just had some type of minor surgery. So it could be all about McKinnon and I guess CEH again. But as far as the backs go, the Patriots leaned on Zeke the last couple of weeks.
Mhm.
Zeke had 140 plus total yards from scrimmage last week. He got in the end zone. That is definitely going to be the key today because who started? Zappy start?
Yep.
I believe so. Yeah, they kind of go back and forth, to be honest. But yeah, it's weird. It's very weird.
Y'all think Mahomes upset? And what you think about Chris Jones? That's gonna be a problem. It's gonna be a problem. Whoever is behind center, under center, in this particular football game, man. You got Kelsey coming in today. This man needs 6 receptions, to hit 900 yards, man, and he only needs 2 touchdowns to tie the great Tony Gonzalez for most in Kansas City Chiefs history.
Wow.
So he a little pissed off. His little backyard joint ain't work out too good for him last week because of that. But yeah, let me ask you a question. Source. How you feel about that call last week, man? That offsides joint at the end of the game with Kadarius Toney.
What you mean? How I feel about it?
Yeah,
that man was a whole half a yard clearly in front of the joke. People out here talking about, oh, they shouldn't have called it. They don't call that. Dog, they don't call it if it's marginal. That man was clearly, he wasn't even close. And for people to actually look at it and be like, oh, and try to compare it to the whatever happened on Monday night, I forgot which game it was. Jalen Waddle. I'm like, dog, Jalen Waddle looks like he's at the line. Even if he is over the line, even if he's in front of the ball, it looks like he's at the ball. Tony might as well have turned around and been playing defense. If he turned around and been in that same spot, he would have been legal on defense. It was outrageous, yo. It was outrageous. Now, if the call had been made after the fact, if it was a call that was made during the play, at the end of the play, whatever, you can have something to argue about. The man threw the flag as the play started. He didn't know what was going to happen. He didn't know it was going to be a miracle cross-field pass,
This is my thing, though. And first of all, let me tell you, it was the right call. But this right here, this I do Conway. This is very interesting, though, because I don't know if you guys have seen this, but anybody see Dan Orlovsky's take on this?
I didn't. No.
Heard, but
He went back specifically through, and it might have been 4 times, but at least 3 other times during that game, he was lined up in the exact same spot.
Wow.
I mean, when I tell you egregiously offsides in at least might have been 4 times. Correct me if I'm wrong. But at least 3, and they showed them. And then it doesn't get called until the end of the game. So I agree that the call was right, but I can kind of understand to an extent why those people were upset. If we've been doing this all game, and I'm not saying it's anybody's right to, anybody's job to walk up and tell, look, man, you need to back up, whatever. Because to my understanding, they talked to the officials. There was never a conversation supposedly between them and Andy Reid, receiver, anything during the course of the game about it. So we're guessing this is the first time out of all those times that anybody saw.
Yeah.
He didn't. When I say that Dan Orlovsky brought it up, he didn't just bring it up. He showed it on. He showed each time on the screen.
Mm-hmm.
So I get why they were upset. I
think if anything, that leads to I forgot which. It might have been like the CBS, their rules analyst or whatever. But it kind of leads to what he was saying. He talked about how players do it all the time, and they'll sort of check, look back, and make sure of everything. And then he said, it does sometimes go uncalled because they give them the chance to you're thinking you're going to check with us, whatever. But he said when it gets to the point where it's like, come on, bro. You just keep doing this. You're not doing anything to help try to make sure. Now we call it. So to the point of you're saying like he was doing it all game, it leads to what dude was saying, and it's like they were just probably like, bro, I'm tired of this now. Yeah. You're not even trying to make sure. You just kind of doing whatever out there. We got to call it.
And that's great. My only issue with that, if there's an issue, is the fact if that's what your thought process is, if there was no conversation, not that anybody had to do it, but there was no conversation about it, no warning during the course of the game, from what they're telling us, confirmed that it wasn't.
Mm-hmm.
And then you throw the flag right there, like just something just ain't right.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
No, that's fair.
Yeah, catch me if you didn't catch me in the first quarter, catch me the 2 times I did it in the third quarter. I mean, at least you're gonna wait till it. I don't know.
Yeah.
So it was the right call, but I get it.
Yeah,
I get it.
I do.
We
I
had
do get it.
conversations about it. You warned me or said something to the coach or whatever. Okay.
It's fair.
Yeah,
that's a fair argument. But at the end of the day,
yeah,
it was awesome.
That's the other thing. It's like I truly do understand the anger and everything, and like the feeling like, yo, why are you calling this now? But also, my man's was very egregiously offside. Like, yo,
but this is what's crazy. They probably set it up to make it bad for the rest of the league now. A frustrated Kansas City team with receivers who can't hold on to the ball. They had a similar, not quite the same, similar stretch last year when people were down in them. But there's no big name receivers, and the guys they got can't catch, and they can't get the ball to anybody. Now this happens. Watching these guys the next few weeks are going to be interesting, because it would not surprise me. Source and I were talking last week, and I mentioned to him, I said we were talking about the conversation of whether, do they miss Bieniemy? Well, going into last week, they're averaging 7 less points per game than they were that time last year, a whole touchdown, right?
Mm.
We'll see what happens after that, but I can't help but think now, is this now a period where they started to go on a run when everybody's starting to doubt them and don't believe in them, and talking about how they should have went out and got another wide receiver, which I'm still behind that. If they come out here and start smacking people and start laying 30 points on people every week now and putting people down, I'm saying, darn, we've seen this before. So I'm just saying. But anyway, Source. I already know Kansas City gonna win this guy. I already know. I know you ain't no way you picking the Patriots.
What?
So, what's the deal, man?
Also, I'll mention, I agree with Didge. I was gonna say the exact same thing. Oh, but actually, and add one thing. Like, did Orlovsky, to go this deep into it, did Orlovsky show like the tape running, or was it just a still shot of him being offside?
I think it was still shots.
So we don't know if he checked with the ref or not. He might have checked with the ref on the other 3 joints.
Oh, no. Well, that's why I want to check. Well, no, if what they reported on NFL Network is correct. This is why I heard this on NFL Network. The communication between the refs had already confirmed that there had been no warnings or conversation during the course of this game. That's what was reported on NFL Network, at least.
Right. What I was going to say is, if he checked and he was good, according to the ref, on every other one, because he didn't check on that one. He didn't check on the last one. He looked real quick and looked back to the inside. So if he checked and the ref said he was okay on the 3 jumps, and he didn't really check on the last jump, and the ref like, you ain't even check. All right, boom. Could be. I don't know. But anyway, I'm not going to put too much into this game outside of the fact that 51-17.
For real?
50,
That's all.
51. 50.
Now, I mean, that's so.
51.
With them
51.
The Patriots have actually played in some games, actually some good defense in a few games.
They have
51-17 is what I said. Like, this is my pick. 51-17. Know what I said? 51-17.
That's crazy.
Now,
You said stuff like that. Now, Didge ain't gonna never want to come on here no more.
now, next week, Kansas City gonna go back to playing the same way. But this week, 51-17. 51.
Keep an eye on the line.
5-1.
You said they're gonna beat the over under by themselves.
50 plus 1.
I'd turn off football for the rest of the day if that happens.
2 games left. 2 games left. So when we were, and we'll go to sources, guys. Of course, the Eagles take on the Seahawks tomorrow, who are fighting for their playoff lives. Very interesting news that we were talking about that came out in the beginning of this.
I think we got some technical difficulty. I don't know what's happening right now.
Word has just come out that Jalen Hurts, they're really questioning him playing tomorrow now. It was reported early in the week that he had an illness and that there's a possibility he's still going to travel with the team and was expected to play. It just came out that there are some real questions about Jalen Hurts being the quarterback for the Philadelphia Eagles when they take on Seattle, which is very interesting because we're still waiting on the news about Geno Smith. Right?
Mm.
You know, Geno Smith, is he going to play? Because though the last few days the reports have been that he's been feeling better, we've seen that a bunch of times only for a player to be ruled inactive, right? So we don't know who we get in at quarterback tomorrow. Is it Drew Lock to Lock or not? Who's starting? Hey, so y'all backup quarterback again?
Marcus.
Oh yeah, Mariota.
Yeah.
There you go.
Mm.
Marcus. Oh, you know what? I hope if there is any way that Jalen Hurts' knee can rest, if he's not 100%, I will take that little bit of rest, especially if my pick for our last game is correct. If my pick for our last game is correct, then please, by all means, let that man sit down somewhere. We just have to suck it up and fight for the division since we've tricked up the NFC, the conference title. Not completely, but a good chance. Like it's going to be hard to get back.
Y'all win the division.
Right.
Y'all win the division.
Right.
That is true.
But if my pick comes true,
right,
for the next game, which we will already know before tomorrow, then it'd just be more reason to consider letting that man get his life together.
True.
That's fair.
So it's hard to judge. So this game based on all the things that we do not know.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't know. I don't even know how we actually really picked this game. Like, I guess if Jalen Hurts is the quarterback, or if it's a hard game to pick because we don't know anything.
Right.
You know, at this point, I'm definitely not trusting Drew Lock, and it's funny because I thought Drew Lock was going to really be something.
You sure did.
I thought he was really be something. I really did.
Yeah,
A lot of people did though,
and I just don't know. I guess the only saving grace I would say is Seattle does get supposedly have a healthy Kenneth Walker back there, so that would definitely help. But man, I just don't know. So I just, for me, I'm gonna say the Eagles gonna win it. I'm gonna say 27-19 because I still feel like Hurts gonna play, and I feel like Geno probably not. We're gonna get to that point. They're gonna hype it up, and before the game, he's not gonna be available. But so I'm still picking the Eagles to win it.
Wait, what was your Kansas City score, Brian?
Oh, I didn't give y'all the Kansas City score. It won't 51-0.
Oh,
51-7, whatever you had. It won't.
it wasn't disrespectful.
35-9.
35-9.
I take it back. It was disrespectful. We could at least get a touchdown. Like,
not.
35-9. Well, who knows? You might get a touchdown and miss that.
All right, fair.
I mean, boy, Harry, when somebody might score, I mean, it is what it is.
Any given Sunday.
That's fair.
So what y'all the Eagles Seahawks.
Oh, 23-14 Eagles.
Interesting.
I think regardless, I mean, I think Mariota or Hurts can get them 23. And yes, sure, both teams are slumping, but the Eagles are slumping against much better competition than the Seahawks are slumping against. So I let's not act like the caliber of teams here are equal in any measure. I can fully see, like I said, a good 9-point victory for the Eagles.
9, like the amount Prime said that Patriots gonna score.
Yep, exactly.
They one thing is interesting with this game though is beyond everything that's going on, is the receivers, because if Geno does play, surprisingly I saw the news about Slay being out. About Slay gonna be out.
I didn't see that.
Darius Slay, yeah.
Surgery.
He had surgery.
Yeah, when the surgery just popped up on the radar. So if Geno does play, I mean, I ain't trying to be funny, but a lot of Philly fans don't have faith on the other side as it is Bradbury, or as I call him, Badbury. It might be a problem. So I don't know. Yeah, but what you think, Joel?
I was already leaning Eagles. I felt like this was going to be their bounce back game, but I still can. I think it will. It just won't be as obvious as it was with if Hurts don't play. I still think the Eagles pull it out. I just don't think it'll be as
the what if bowl.
It won't be a bigger statement without him. I'll say that. That's all. And I don't really score out of it. I have no idea. You guys, it's no more than the Seahawks. That's all.
I just pull random scores,
well, if Hurts doesn't play, the only other good thing that will come from him not playing, outside of resting that knee and getting healthy, is 20 plus carries by DeAndre Swift. I can't wait. If that's what happens, I can't wait.
Run heavy.
Till Swift gets the ball. Let that man run free, do something. Give me $150. Just let the man play. Let him play. Let him touch the rock a little bit. That's all. That's all I'm asking for. Philly, I'll be in the same range. I'll say 28. Let's go ugly with it. 29-22, Philly. 29-22.
That is an ugly game.
Yeah, it's very ugly. Ugly.
That leads us to one game, which undoubtedly is the game of the week. And that would be the Cowboys and the Bills. Both teams have a lot at stake. The Dallas Cowboys definitely in the running to win the division. They could still win out, and they still need help from the Philadelphia Eagles, but they are definitely in the running. And then we have the Bills who, they need this win. And as of late, they've starting to turn the corner just a little bit. Starting with Josh Allen, who hasn't turned the ball over at the rate he was earlier in the season. But it's going to be a good game, man. It's going to be a good game. Big scenarios for everybody. Cowboys coming back with the big win over the Philadelphia Eagles. Of course, that game was at home where Dallas is money. But they are on the road, and the Bills coming back with that win over the Chiefs. Idge, what's up?
This is the one I don't know. It's a tough one. I think it's gonna be close. Buffalo 24-21 at home. The home crowd gives them that win. Yeah, that's it. I can't think of any other reason why.
Home advantage.
Home field advantage is the only thing that's giving them the edge. Both teams are really good. Obviously, the records aren't very close, but I think that's because Buffalo had a lot of early season just hiccups. The past couple of weeks, they seem to have been playing to the caliber of what we thought they were going to be. Even that loss against Philadelphia, it came in overtime and everything. That was another game that very much was back and forth. It felt very close. So I can easily see that. And the difference in that game and this game, they were on the road in the other one, whereas this one, they'll have that whole Bills Mafia behind them.
Indeed. What was your score?
24-21.
All right. Joel.
Yeah, I mean, I think I agree. I think it'll be like home field because it's really hard to make that decision. I like to think of it as maybe as the Dallas, humbled game. They need to be humbled a little bit after last week's, high. But I still don't think it's like clear cut. It can go either way, and I think maybe just that slight edge goes to the home team. And like the Bills have been playing well. I mean, not that the Cowboys haven't, but
right.
It's just. That's the only way to look at it, honestly. I'm not sure. So yeah, I'll probably Bills score again.
Gotcha.
I don't know.
Source, you think about the game of the week?
The game of the week or this game?
That was great.
How you feel about the Cowboys and Bills?
I think Dak is going to ball. That's right. I said Dak is going to ball.
Yeah,
y'all know I was more for Dak than Prime was. I just wanted I was like, he's going to do it. He's never done it. But anyway, it's fine. It's fine. I think Dak will play well. They'll move the ball up and down the field. Ferguson getting into the end zone. CD getting into the end zone. Problem is, you ain't trying to take down the little small quarterback back there with that big rush. You know what I'm saying? You got to take down Big Josh. And I think that Buffalo is going to do their thing on the offensive side. I know you're like, no, Dallas defense is too tough. And not this week. Not this week. Buffalo 38.
Yeah.
38. That's right. A lot of points. Pow, pow. Shootout. 38-35. The Buffalo Bills get the dub. Bills Mafia.
Wow.
38.
The
high scoring week.
I mean, to be fair, that Philadelphia one was 37-34. So
Was it?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, it's gonna be tough. I think for me, the thing that scares me the most about this game is Buffalo and that pre-snap motion, bro. That pre-snap motion and the way they get people in position, especially when they run those plays, when they bring in a receiver from one side to the other, and it creates sort of an overload, and then you got to kind of make sure that every defender knows who they're supposed to be picking up. It's tough, and those are the type of offenses that's given us problems. No matter how good we've been most weeks, even in some of the games that we've won, a lot of that motion pre-snap has given us an issue, and it seems to be the safeties that have to pick up, and in some cases the linebackers that are more of a question mark than the actual corners. So I am very worried about that with Buffalo, and also their read, the RPOs and stuff. What I'm worried about is Stephon Diggs. Because Stephon Diggs has been kind of quiet here lately, and this is the perfect build-up to Gilmore having an excellent game last week. And if the two of them get matched up a lot, this will be the perfect opportunity for him to reassert himself, for Diggs to reassert himself as one of the top 4 or 5 wide receivers in the game, because he's been kind of quiet, and if not, Gilmore back down a peg. Or if he ends up on the other side in a lot of instances, as we saw Bland rebound from the Seattle game very nicely last week, go back and test him again. Or even get him in the slot. Because I'll be honest with you, as much as I love Jordan Lewis and what he brings the nickel corner, there was a couple of plays last week against Philadelphia that he actually could have been had by Devontae Smith had the throw really been on point. So a lot of worries for me in this one.
It also don't help about the reports about everybody on the Cowboys being sick.
Yes, yeah, I won't say that because people come with these excuses, but that is true. Quite a few people have turned up with illness for the Dallas Cowboys this week, and they said they're all traveling to play. But I'm just saying, we shall see with that. I need my man. They'll be missing Hankins in the middle. I need my guy Odigi Zua to continue, who's quietly been one of the top defensive tackles. We talk about all of this, all these D tackles in the league this year, especially the stud and the young down in Philly. Nobody talking about Odigi Zua, who is disrupting everything. I think he only has like 2 or 3 sacks, but his tackles for loss this year has been crazy. And they're going to need him to clog that middle because we know Josh will take off in that middle in a heartbeat, bro. And be gone in a heartbeat. So
Sir.
they all need big games. And I think it's going to be good. Like y'all say, it's going to be tough. Perfect time for Dallas get knocked off their high, which a lot of people are expecting mainly because this game is in Buffalo. I'd be super confident if this game was in Texas. We just said what we do down there. Not as confident in this one. But I agree with Source. I think Dak plays well. I don't know if we get the 3-4 touchdown Dak that we've seen, but I think he plays well enough that they can find a way to win this football game. So I'm going to take my Cowboys 28-24. We get the win, and we sit back and see what happens with Philly tomorrow night.
Word.
Fair enough.
And I also saw something about the weather too, so that's something to watch. So can we find a way to run the football? Can Rico be busy for once? Because we might have to lean on that today. So we're gonna see. But we take the Cowboys in this one. Yeah. And that's what it is.
Mm-hmm.
Interesting.
Yeah, interesting. Any of you guys got anything you want to add?
No, I mean, I'm hoping for some entertaining games. I'm hoping I'm wrong about my Patriots. Let's get them unexpected upset. That would be great.
You trying to get this win? All right.
You're gonna be upset.
How's the prize all gonna be? We going at halftime and the game is just like 7-3 or something.
Yikes. That's upsetting for sure.
7-3. That'd be crazy.
It would be great.
Nothing.
I just say this: the one game that I am watching today, and I don't know why. I know fantasy purposes, daily fantasy, whatever, would be the Rams and Commanders. That's gonna be an interesting game to watch, just in general, for a lot of reasons. Especially the Stafford's gotten hot all of a sudden. But I think if anybody that has any Rams players, especially on your fantasy team, on your daily lineup, that's probably a good move. The question just going to be, is it going to be Nakua or Kupp today? Because we were just talking last week, Source and I, about where Kupp went, what happened with Kupp after the injury. And we talked, and then later on that day, Kupp just proceeds to go off. You know what I'm saying? After he had been really silent for the previous, 3-4 weeks and had all been Nakua. I mean, I believe they're going to eat Washington's secondary up. Probably. But it's just going to be a very interesting game to watch. And Sam Howell as well. I mean, he's probably, in this game, he's probably going to have 40, 45 attempts in this particular game alone. So it's just, looking for a game to watch for a lot of reasons. That might be one of them.
Yeah, I'm watching that one too. Yeah. I got Stafford in one of my leagues. Injury bug hit hard, so luckily he was available. So I need him to, like you said, if he can put up a 3-4 touchdown game, especially because the Commanders, their defense is not that great, I'll be happy.
Yeah. Do we expect the Jets and Miami game to be close?
Yes.
Jets and Miami.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I expected the possibility before Tyreek news, but now,
yeah, I honestly, that could be an upset. It could. That Jets defense, the offense is the offense. Everybody knows that, but that defense.
Good week last week.
But that defense is really good.
Yeah,
and it's because because their offense is so bad, they've had to essentially be on the field so much. But we've seen how Tua is without being able to throw to Tyreek. So that could be. I think that's my upset pick of the week, if anything.
Yeah, I can see it.
I'm shocked how dependent that they were on him. No, I get it, but like
seriously,
it's like he is the engine. Like
MVP, wow. MVP.
It's hard to argue now. I'm actually kind of shocked how they kind of fell on their face a little bit without him. So yeah, that could be a close game. I can see that.
Definitely looking forward to that. Well, it's almost 1 o'clock. I know people got lineups to readjust and all that, so we're gonna get out of here. Want to thank Joel and Diz for coming through. Appreciate y'all. We got a short season. We almost at playoff time, so maybe we'll dip in and do this again. Before we even get to the playoffs, but it is what it is. But thanks everybody for checking us out, for watching and commenting, tapping in with your people, and we'll catch y'all on the next one. All right, we out.